Hey everybody, it's a lovely day today. I'm having a nice cup of coffee and I thought it's a great day to review some watches. And for you today, I have the infamous Invicta watch, and this is Invicta Pro Diver, but Invicta is everyone's favorite watch brand to hate. So everywhere I go, from the watch forums to the YouTube to the bitch ass guys on Facebook groups, and general consensus as Invicta are dog shit watches. So with that, with having that in mind, I approach this a bit like a mythbuster, just to see is there any reason to hate Invicta? And I think hate is a strong word, and I don't hate anyone, nor I will ever will. But everyone likes to bash on Invicta, I think, just for fashion. And I agree there are some monstrosities from Invicta, like those Venom Reserve monstrosities, ugly stuff. But I'm not gonna talk about these. I'm not gonna talk about brand, because I don't have those watches. I don't own them. I just have this one, and this is a Pro Diver, and I'm gonna talk about this watch and see. I will tell you how it performs, how I feel about it, and why not. I'm not gonna talk about this because I don't own them, and I don't like to talk about watches or any kind of gear that I haven't experienced myself. So this is Invicta Pro Diver, and like you can see, it's very eye-catching watch. I've been wearing it for a week, so I guess we can call it a week on the wrist, but I gather up some thoughts and ideas and feelings about this watch. So welcome to another review by EDC Gunner. So let's start off this review like just any other watch. It wears very nice on the wrist. It's comfortable. It has some sharp edges. I'll talk about that. Well, I can talk about it now. Under here, those edges are sharp, and I'm used to the polished out edges. So that's noticeable if you are wearing. Comparing it before putting this watch on my wrist, I was wearing Orient Ray, and it feels sharper edges. You can feel them. So other than that, it wears nice on the wrist. It has here Invicta, which I don't like, but it's not a deal breaker. Don't mind it. Squale has the same thing, and I didn't like it on Squale as well. But the difference between Invicta and Squale is huge in money. Other thing, you may find a lot of Invicta watches being sold online, and when you see it, it's been sold for like $100, but the crossed out price, it's on the discount, it was like $1,000 before the discount, and they do that all the time, and that's just a bullshit story for the suckers who buy it. So it's never been $1,000. So like MSRP retail price was like $600, but hey, now you can get it for $80. So that's just bullshit. It was $80 watch all the time. And speaking of money, I bought this second-hand, used. I paid like $50 for it in American money. So I think that's a decent price to buy it for. I saw on Amazon they are like $80-90, and you can see it. And this is Invicta Pro Diver watch, and it's supposed to be Pro Diver, but I tell you the truth honestly, I wouldn't keep this, I wouldn't carry this on a diving expedition. So but nobody who buys it will, so that's all right. It's rated to 200 meters water resistance, and which is well, I know it's off the hand. I don't need a caliper, but I got one anyways. It's 40 millimeters watch without the crown, and with the crown it's like 44 or 45, whatever. Lug width is 20 millimeters. So first off, you see when it's 20 millimeters lug width. You notice with this watch that it kind of reminds you on something else, and that's not a coincidence. This is a well, some people will say it's a homage, some people will say it's a fake, but if you take a look at the Rolex Submariner two-tone, you will see it's the pretty much same look. And so that's the thing about this watch. It may be a nice watch, it may be a cool watch to look at, but it lacks its own character. It doesn't have its own character because it's just if someone would take this Invicta logo and slap your Rolex, you would say this is a fake Rolex. So that's pretty much it around the character. But it doesn't matter. These watches are being sold and are being bought, and people love them. This is you can find them in a black version without the two-tone nonsense, and they are equally appealing. They are eye-catching because, hey, they are Rolex design. So having said that, the bracelet is two-tone, just like the Rolex, and the bezel here is also two-tone. On the sides you have highly polished edges with Invicta logo lettering here, and here it's highly polished. And this is all, of course, not real gold, it's gold plated, and since this is a used watch, the plating still holds up pretty much nicely. The bracelet, it's not a good quality, but it's still a better bracelet than on a Seiko SKS, the stock bracelet. So the clasp here, it's a signed Invicta double folded clasp. Nothing to write home about. It's a cheap bracelet, but it's a decent bracelet for the watch of this price range, and better quality than on the SKS, definitely. The bezel here is something, when I first got this watch in my hand, I didn't like it because I'm used to coin edge bezels, and you can see here this bezel has this kind of strange cutouts there, and all gold around, and when you grip it, there is not much grip on it. The clicks are, I don't like the sound of this clicking, it's too loud. One thing, I never use bezels, and it's easy to turn, and with the coin edge bezel it would be much more easier to turn as well. So that's it. Aluminum insert, it's a shiny. The dial on this watch has that blue color, which is a bit somber, but it's not a dark blue. It's almost can be mistaken for purple, but it's not. It's definitely blue, and with this gold accents, it's just a idea from Rolex Submariner two-tone, so there's not much saying to it. So this watch lacks character. Also, the other thing with this watch is I want to talk about the crown. I saw a couple of guys saying that some of the Invicta dive watches do not have screw-in crown. This one screws in. It's very nice, and the movement, I'm gonna talk about the movement, but I just want to say it has a little cyclops here, and I learned that I don't like cyclops, so when I'm been getting my Rolex Mariner, I will probably consider no date more than a date version, but I will definitely try it on. The watch, I want to talk about dial. You can see, I don't want to bore you, have here date at 3 o'clock, Invicta logo, blah blah blah, but everyone likes to know and see. The indices here are, and I was watching the review of a guy on YouTube of this watch, this exact same watch, and he mentions that this indices are filled with plume and with the nice border framed, which is a nice touch and looks very nice. But the lume on this dial, it's basically non-existent. It shines a bit, the hands are shining a bit more, but when you compare it to some other dial watches in this price range, the lume is non-existent. Even the lume on Vostok Amphibia is better than on this one. This watch is very nice if you buy it for like 40-50 bucks and you just want to buy yourself a first automatic watch that can get you into the world of automatic watches. You have option to buy Seiko 5 or Vostok Amphibia. So just show you here Vostok Amphibia, and Vostok Amphibia has more character as a watch, has a unique design approach and everything, but I do get it. Some people do not like this brute cool watch, and they just want to buy a watch to pick up the wrong kind of ladies in the bar at night. So I think for that purpose this watch is perfect. Looks like Rolex, feels like Rolex, shines like Rolex, but it's not Rolex. It's a cheap watch and it attracts cheap women. So I think that's perfect watch for that, and eye-catching watch, but for me it lacks that character. What I like about this watch is the movement, and this particular Invicta I have, and this is 8928 Invicta. It's powered by a Seiko movement, yeah. And it's a good thing. And the best thing about this is the fact it's a Seiko NH35A movement. So this is a really cool Seiko movement. Okay, just give you a little close up and I show you the movement, and even on the here on the rotor it has some nice little decorations from Seiko, but it's a very nice movement with the it's hacking and hand windable, so lots of guys like that. It's a 24 joule movement, and I like the rotor. Here in USA on the rotor they stamped on Invicta Watch Group and Watch Company whatnot, and I really like it. The whole watch is made of stainless steel, and here you go, you can catch this. It's a really nice little bit of decorations on a rotor here, and I see some Orient watches lacking even this little bit of decorations, but overall the movement is very cool. So when you unscrew the crown is a sign, which is also a cool touch. So it's a signed crown, and you unscrew it, and you can of course manually wound it, but it's not something that's recommended all the time. And when you pull the crown all out, you can see the second hand stop, so you can adjust this the way you want. And the the moment is keeping excellent time. I've been wearing this watch. It's well, of course it's a Seiko's. I wanted to say it keeps better time than my Seiko SKS, and of course this is a Seiko's moment, so it's a bit different stories, but overall I'm gonna give you a little better look at this watch, cause impersonal, and gonna wrap this up with some final thoughts and conclusions. So at the end of the day, at the end of this review, this Invicta Pro Diver 8928, it's not a bad watch. For 50 bucks I paid it. You can find it on Amazon for like 80 bucks. And if you do like the looks, it's not that monster, and it's not that big of a monstrosity, and it sure does. It's a bottomed copy, or it's called homage to Rolex Submariner. So, but people are wearing and buying even more expensive homages and fake watches, Rolex knockoffs or whatever you like to call it. And so that watch, it is iWatch Walk, and I'm gonna go into any names, but I can see why this $80 Invicta is a problem, and some other, let's say, Steinhardts are not. And I do get it, I love Steinhardt as well, and it's a more expensive watch, and it comes with a better quality, and this is a very cheap watch and comes with a cheaper quality. But that being said, my recommendations and competitors would be Vostok Amphibia. For even less money you can get Vostok Amphibia. If you don't like the looks of this one, you can browse for many other looks. Other than that, you can get another option instead of Invicta, which will give you much more respect in a horological world, as Seiko SKS. And there is Invicta in black, and there's a Seiko SKS in Pepsi, but this watch feels much, but it's much better quality. Instantly when you take it in your hands, you can see the difference in quality. It's all about fit and finish, and this Invicta has a lot of sharp edges around here, down here, and it's just doesn't feel as good as this watch, even though this watch has a crappy bracelet, but bracelets can be changed. Also, another great alternative to this watch is Orient Ray, Orient Blue Ray. You get that nice shimmer with the Orient Blue Ray with the blue, and you can see this is a bit darker, but the Mako, I think it's a bit lighter, and with Orient the quality is just, when you get these two watches, the quality of Orient fit and finish is so much higher and better than on this Invicta. So these are some of the other recommendations you can get for the same money, which are great watches, and they are bang per buck, and they will give you respect in watch forums and horological world, and even the biggest watch snobs respect this watch, and this watch. And for this watch, on the other side, will not give you that respect among watch snobs and watch connoisseurs at the end of the day, because everyone is a watch snob. And on the other side of that, if you don't care about those fuckers who like watches, and you just wanna have a nice, cool, shiny watch to go out in a pub, to go out in the night to pick up some girls who like bling stuff, this watch is perfect, and it's not a bad to look at. It's waterproof. I haven't honestly tested it to that kind of depth, and I have my doubts about water resistance, but at the end of the day, you buy what you like and you don't care what everyone else thinks, so it's just a watch. So that's it. I'm a DC gunner, and I hope you find this review helpful, and it at least helps one person. It's a good watch. So in my next videos I might do a little bit side-by-side comparison to each of these watches, or at least with the SKS, because it's some kind of reference point. So subscribe for that, and see you guys on the next video.